All right, portion 2 of workout 2, definitely a lower body focus with what we call supersetting. One exercise focusing primarily on a group of muscles that we're trying to work, immediately followed by something else that's doubling down on that with a slight variation. So the one that we're going to do to start off is going to be our goblet squat. This is going to be a heavier resistance for you. Okay, so probably your heaviest bell that you can do good reps with as you work your goblet squat. Popping it up, elbows are in, core tight, pull those hips down, elbows to the inside, brace, core tight, tall. Think about sitting on the curb, pushing your hips back. Look how low I get. Under control, core tight, driving up, blocking out. Probably the biggest problem that you'll see is that your range is going to be challenged. The weight that you're going to lose is going to be challenged by your range. So I can go heavy, but maybe I can only go to here. Almost ideally, you're trying to maybe get deeper with even lighter weights. So I want to see, can I get to the point where my hips are below my knees? If I can, now I can start to challenge myself with heavier resistance. If I can't, I'm still trying to achieve that with more moderate resistance, and then occasionally throwing in some heavier bells in there just to see what it feels like. Gaining mobility, especially in the squat, is very beneficial when you use resistance with it. You can get into a deeper position with heavier resistance, which means you're getting stronger, but you're also improving your mobility. So think about that when you're trying to focus on what weight should I get. Am I getting range? And then am I getting range with resistance? Okay? So as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to go into my kickstand. This can be a little bit more moderate. I'm going to grab my bell, and I'm going to go into this staggered position here. Basically, toe behind heel, elbows in, core tight, bring myself down. Now see how I get my glute all the way down to my heel? Driving up. Now we're talking range again. And it's kind of like a one-legged squat. I'm going to do both sides. Kind of like a one-legged squat. I'm building unilateral strength. So that's going to really help me figure out once again what side is kind of stronger and then what side I need to pay attention to more. Start with a not so strong side to help you really ramp up in terms of understanding how your body works and where you should be focusing on development. And then snatching. Snatching is sometimes labeled as a very complicated exercise, but in reality, it's just a continuation of our swings. If you're not 100% comfortable doing snatches, you can do some single arm swings. I'm going to give you 2 varieties of snatching you can do. We'll start with the first one. Well, here's my single arm swing, right? All I gotta do is pop it up tighter to my body. So instead of letting it go to here, I'm going to pull it up, tighter to my body. Then I can bring it down into rack, and then back. Down into rack, and back. Little safer on the shoulder, because all that eccentric force from the top is not there. So that's a good way to segue into it. Single arm swings, snatching and making sure the belt is tight to your body, bringing it down to rack, and then the full snatch. As you see, I go into the overhead position as if I was pressing. It's the same position. My arm is all the way to the back of the socket. I let it fall from the top. Almost as if I'm like casting it. Flicking the belt over my hand so that pull is already gone and hinging through. Snatches are something you're just going to have to practice to get better at them, and then pick the variation that's good for you. Single arm swings, snatch to rack, or regular snatch. That completes portion number 2 for workout.